Hello, hello, hello. So really quick, my beard's shorter. It's trimmed. It's cleaned up. It's good. First things first, picked up another record yesterday. I haven't taken it out yet. I haven't played it. But it's Death. It's Spiritual Healing. I got this at a local record store. To me, it's the first time I've ever actually bought anything from them, and that is Backstreet Records in St. John and B. Unfortunately, though, you can tell the wrap is kind of beat up, but that's okay. I'll keep the wrap because it's still got the hype sticker. Custom butterfly edition, obviously, but I don't know if it's sort of the same kind of one as Human. I'll take it out and take a look. Great pictures and stuff. Inner sleeve. Oh, it's blue. It's blue. It's blue. It's blue. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's fucking cool. I got so much stuff on this desk. I'm gonna have to clean it up because eventually my it's pretty cool there. It's a guy in the wheelchair. Because my laptop is, or not my laptop, my Mac is essentially shit the bed. So I'm going to, I think, get rid of it somehow because it's no good to me. The internet doesn't necessarily kick in all that well. And I originally bought it for my brother-in-law to use for videos, as of course some of you guys remember. But the thing with that now is like, I just don't use it because, well, I just don't. So it's sitting here. So if I decide to, dump it off or whatever, then cool, then I'll have some more space and I'll be able to shoot my videos and I'll be a little wider sort of thing and yada yada. Now, the real reason why I'm doing this video is to talk about a record that I don't have yet because... and it's expensive, is this band. Not this record, but the band. As per a viewer who's been kind of bugging me to do this, I shouldn't say bugging me to do this, but he's been asking me to do this a bit, and I haven't. I've been busy doing other things and trying to wrap my brain around Christmas time and all that jazz leading up. Obviously, it's since past that now, but we're going to talk about Persona Non Grata. Now, when this came out, the hype around this was pretty immense because we were supposed to get it in like June. But with Tom battling cancer, it made that extremely difficult. So... essentially, I'm here to talk about it now. And I will say that I won't say that I was let down, but I absolutely, after having this, as you guys know, and how much I've basically frothed over this, I don't know what it is. I think this just sits better with me because I've had the time, the chance to really digest the shit out of it. And like, this was out like 8 years ago in 2014. And really, I actually liked the album cover better. It's not that I don't like Persona Non Grata's album art. I just find Blood In, Blood Out slightly better. So, what I'm going to... you guys don't need a bio of it. My introduction to Exodus was, knowing about them forever, knowing that Gary Holt is, the master, riff master and shred master on, in thrash, basically. I honestly don't think there is anybody better than that. People can sit there and say Hetfield is. No, I think you're wrong. I think Gary's a better riff master than Hetfield. Fight me, I don't care. Maybe you know, maybe classic Hetfield versus Gary. Pretty close, but really, I think Gary's a far better writer nowadays. I was introduced to them through Let There Be Blood because I had a friend of mine had a burned copy of it, and he gave it to me. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to throw this in. And what I didn't really know that it was called Let There Be Blood, but I didn't realize that it was actually Bonded by Blood, but re-recorded with their new singer, because at the time Bonded by Blood was very difficult to get, and a lot of the younger kids didn't have access to that record. So at the first, a lot of people didn't really, like, a lot of people in the band kind of didn't really want it to. So it's just kind of one of those things that some people didn't want to do it, but they did it anyways, and it sounds killer. I've got a couple others. Which one is it that I have? I have one of the Exhibit A. I think it's Exhibit A. And I also have, obviously, Blood In, Blood Out. But I don't have any... No, sorry. I do have Pleasures of the Flesh on cassette. So getting into the review, because I've been baffling and waffling and twatting on for about 6 minutes now. I will start with the top tracks from this record. I've got about 4 of them. So, Elitist is a really great riff. The gang vocal on it is just classic. It's just classic Exodus gang vocal. Clickbait was cool, but lyrically I found it sort of cheesy, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Come on. The fact that Exodus took that age-old saying and threw it into a song is awesome. You know, the beatings will continue until morale improves. It's just fucking rad. But probably the big track for a lot of people is Prescribing Horror, because that's all about the drug thalidomide. I think that's how you say it. Which is a drug that was in a scandal from the US and Western Europe, where it was causing infanticide, I think that's how you say it, and or birth defects. It's slower. It's sort of, there's enough of a doom in it, and I think the doomy part's mostly in the intro, but it's really sort of, it's a chug, but it's a slower chug, which is kind of nice. Vocally, it's really good. It's a really dark fucking song, so if you get the chance, pull up the YouTube clip for the lyric video. Oof, Jesus. Get into the bad side of things, and I'm going to state, even though it's bad side, there's no bad side to this record. The rest of it, like, REMF was pretty cool. Persona Non Grata was pretty cool. Some of it was kind of, okay, well, you know, it's Exodus. But I didn't get hit with anything like that really, outside of those 4 songs and, like, you know, REMF, and the title track. It hasn't really sat with me. Like, I mean, I've listened to it on a fucking loop for like the last 48 hours. And, well, not 48, but, you know, within sleep. I don't know. It just didn't sit with me the way that Blood In, Blood Out did. And, I mean, I'm just going to put it back. But the thing, like, is, I don't know. It just didn't really sit with me the way I had expected it to. It didn't blow my socks off. Production-wise, it's fucking awesome. Gary Holt's guitar tone, I don't think, has changed since Temple of the Damned. I mean, maybe there might be little bits and pieces here, but nothing that bad. Him and Lee are killing it. Jack sounds phenomenal on bass. And Tom, well, fuck, he's literally the most underrated drummer in thrash metal, period. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. People can sit there and say that fucking Dave Lombardo is. I think Tom's a better drummer. Fight me, I don't give a shit. But there's been a lot of grief being given about Zetro. That his vocals don't sound good. Zetro sounds fucking fine. Okay? This whole lower side of his vocal. Fuck, is he not allowed to? Oh, he's trying too hard. He's not fucking trying too hard. And listen, whether you guys like it or not, if somehow he suddenly couldn't do a tour, guess who's gonna do it, or should do it? His fucking kid, Cody. Because Cody sounds exactly like his father, but Cody has a much better lower range. He has a much better growl. So really, if anything ever happened to Zetro, put Cody in, because Cody will fucking mangle that motherfucker. It's literally like the only thing you're missing is the fucking hair. That's all you're missing. Cody won't be playing bass because Jack's gonna do it, and he just sang. Really, if you want my fucking opinion, and Cody did background vocals on this. Zetro's kid did a lot of the background stuff on it, and it's fucking awesome. So if you don't like it, shut up about it, because Zetro's staying around. But like I said, if something ever happened where Steve couldn't do the tour for whatever reason, fuck, let Cody do it, for Christ's sake. It's basically his kid. He's basically, go listen to the Hatred record that came out a few years ago versus this. There's no fucking difference in the vocal. I'm telling you. That being said, because there were some songs that didn't grasp me and really sit with me and really, I didn't get these little earworms that I was expecting from some of these tracks. It's getting a 3.5 out of 5. And that's not bad, okay? For those who are like, whoa, it's a terrible score. No, it's not. If a terrible score is 3 or under, okay? That's a fucking terrible score. Zetro sounds good. The band sounds good. Some of those songs, like Lunatic, whatever, Lord, no interest in that at all. Anti-Seed, it's okay. But some of it just didn't stick with me, and there's nothing that I can do about it. If it doesn't resonate or hit me in the right spot, sorry, I can't get excited about it. I can't say that it's amazing, because it's not. But the beatings will continue until morale improves. Clickbait, while like I said, the lyric is a little bit cheesy, that's okay. It's still good. Elitist, Persona Non Grata, the title track, but of course Prescribing Horror, which is absolutely killer. That's the one. That's my favorite. Get to it. 3.5 out of 5. Out of 5. It's a fucking great record. Get it, as long as it doesn't cost you too fucking much. Keep up those irons.